can see really that this is turning out quite poorly for the left team as they lose another Negvar. Again, the number's not in their favor, and this beam sphere is going to go down here shortly too. The beam sphere really needs to get in range of this starbase, and it might actually get a little bit, but oh, maybe a little bit of pathing issue here. This beam sphere, oh, just barely. What is that? Around about 2-3%, 7%. They really can. So this regen sphere is going to be able to tank this station for a little bit if it could get over here. Wow, even though this sphere is still a DPS sphere, it still has a little bit of a regeneration module. So it's able to quickly regen just on its own without the regeneration special, but it's not going to be enough for this sphere here, as it is going to get taken out. You can see these adapters a little bit weak against this station, providing a lot of, taking a lot of damage. So we can see over here that the Romulans, under the direction of NuclearDude, are taking out the economy, this expansion. And so this one regen spear of Mort is basically just hanging out here, taking on what it has over here, taking out the constructor, which is a little bit of a setback for the Klingons, though not as much as, say, if the Borg were to lose a constructor. You can see now that the Konsumat trying to field some cheaper vessels, some mid-game vessels to counteract this, and he's fielding an assimilator, and this looks like a straight DPS assimilator, which is actually a good one. Unfortunately, these assimilators are so slow, considering in 311 that longships are very slow. So it's going to have a hard time when it runs into this force of frigate refits. Now it looks like the Mort's fleet is trying to regroup, trying to get a little bit of regen in while it can, and these Borg ships are trying to take a little bit of initiative and take out some of these resource assimilators. And you have this one that's hanging on just about just almost 10%, and just hanging on, and it might just get away if it can hang out 3%. Nice. So here comes the Borg fleet with these assimilators, with this assimilator in trouble with these about 10 Borg ships coming after them. So this adapter is going to go down really quickly, as it just doesn't seem to have a lot of defense. And so while this thing has a super long range, it is so very slow. And here comes the Romulans, and they're going to very quickly be able to take out whatever is left here. And there you can see how quickly that Negvar just takes a beating. So the right-hand team being able to take a lot of the field here. You can see that down here that the Borg are trying to make a little bit of a comeback, building an uplink, but they're probably really resource-wise hurting. This ship needs to be protected as far as offense. The left team needs to protect what offense they have. You can see that the tech straight to the Negvars is actually hurting in the economy because the construction is stopped, and so really the Klingons here are in a bad spot, trying to provide some earlier cheaper ships through the Brels and Quebecs, but the left-hand team, I don't know if they're going to be able to come back from this. Oh, and now we can see that we have a diamond out, and this is actually a wonderful support for the Borg. And this looks like an interesting configuration for a diamond. I would assume that this guy has this looks like a DPS diamond. It's a bit of a not something I was actually expecting, but as these diamonds can bring order to chaos, but it looks like he's going to substitute instead of it as a support vessel, make it a DPS vessel. You see that the Klingons trying to put up some offensive ships on the field, try to counter what's going on here. But you can see there's this large fleet of Romulans, and just frigate refits, support refits, and Lavals. So this is really the game ender here, as that is going to be able to take out a starbase, and it'd be easy to take out this one here. You can see it's unupgraded. Konsumat, probably very short on resources, supplies, or collective connections, is in a bit of a bad spot. You can see that the Klingons are tailing this fleet. They are going to be able to take out this conduction matrix, and that's going to put a stop to the Borg producing any ships. Of course, a little bit of getting in the way of this starbase. So we can see that this conduction matrix is going down, at the Romulans making a push into the Klingon territory. This is going to be a good game here shortly. So if the Borg could afford it, if Konsumat could afford it, there is a certain amount of, if your conduction matrix is under attack, you have the ability to still build uplinks, and you could field another uplink so you wouldn't be stuck, but at the same time is really not in a good position, probably resource-wise, to manage that, because that's going to be 100 and 100 die and try that is going to be costly to replace. So you can see that the Romulans are moved in here, and the Klingons trying to field a little bit of something here. These Klingon ships these Brels don't have their graviton marker, and so they're, as far as going up against frigate refits, the pulse weapons off these frigate refits are actually going to tear those guys up. So here I really just expect this Romulan fleet to move in and take out all of these offensive ships from the Klingon, and that'll be just the end of this offensive fleet here. You can see that the Klingons are just pretty much deconstructing everything. These Brels trying to move in, but they're just not going to be able to provide any sort of firepower. The beam picking them up really quickly. And that is the end of the Klingon fleet. You see everything being reconstructed just about as fast as you can. The Borg making a attack on the Borg base, able to take out this starbase of Konsumat. And so that is going to really be the end game there. This Romulan fleet going to be able to take out the starbase. You can actually see that, since I can't click on it, that this starbase is also under deconstruction. So the Borg able to take out the starbase, and the rest of this is now just open pickings.